I'm now outside this gate. The park is start, I think, since the Beijing Olympic Park is opened in 2008 for the Olympic game in Beijing, and the park is established starting construction earlier than that year, but later completed after 2008. I think fully completed around 2010 or around 2009. So there's a lot of nature and plants here, and man-made lakes, river, and a lot of beautiful flowers, Beijing local flowers, and some other flowers trees there. I think it's a peach tree, so it starts blossom earliest here. Let's go. This is my favorite tree. In the summertime, there will a lot of lily flower there. It's very traditional in Chinese gardening. And this tree is a symbolic spot in Olympic Park. It's beautiful sunshine. It's a peach tree, the flower blossom. First on peach trees and then cherry trees. In Japanese, it's sakura. It's a recycled garbage bin. The park is pretty empty. It's pretty quiet during weekdays. But if you visit the park during the holidays or weekends, sometimes it could be crowded, especially in springtime. Here is a map of the park. Beijing Olympic Forest Park is a pretty large park, and this area is only the south. And a lot of path and trail throughout the forests. During the COVID lockdown in Beijing, the park is also very empty. Sometimes I go inside the park and enjoy the four seasons here. It's so beautiful. And without so many people, the birds and also animals and also some wild dogs and cats here and there, and squirrel. It's really pretty nice park. Here's the map again, and guide visitors. Where are you? Here's myself. Hello. The temperature here in Beijing is still very cold, and it's very windy and dry. In big cities in China, such as Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, such big cities, mega cities, you can seldom found, especially for Shanghai and Beijing, sometimes you cannot easily find such place. In the nature, it's very quiet. Most of the time, full of people. Mostly due to the large population, the density of the population in large cities, even in the nature park like this, could be very crowded during the holidays specifically, and during the good season. In Beijing, the good seasons are always spring and autumn. In winter, it's pretty cold and not so many green. And in summer, it's a little bit too hot. Here you can see the bridge. So many bridges cross the river. Some bridges are designed that follow the traditional old Chinese fashion. It's pretty nice weather, isn't it? I enjoyed the park today because it's not so crowded as usual. Maybe because it's Tuesday, weekday. It's very rare in such beautiful weather like this. There are not so many people here. Look, it's a duck. Duck, duck. Duck, duck. Where are their wives? 2 male ducks. Oh, their wives over there. Nice, nice, nice. the southern part of the Olympic Park. There are actually a lot of options of paths. You can select the open road. Actually, there's a lot of open road, paved road surround the parks, specifically sometimes for the athletes to take the path, and some. But I prefer the small roads, the narrow one, and the natural path throughout the park. Sometimes it's difficult to lose the directions, but I live near the park and I know the park very well, so I will never got lost. So I take the most quiet path to enjoy my walking through. You know what? I remember one year there's a huge rainfall and flood during the summer in Beijing here, and there's a lot of flood in the park, and the rain just lasted for days, and many roads and small paths in this national park is flooded. And one day after the flood, I went to this park, and surprisingly I found that there's some animals I've never seen before in the park. There are different fishes. But previously, you know, the man-made lake in the park, there's not so many fish species. But during that time, I found some different species of fishes on the road. Because the road is flooded by water, so the fishes just swim across the road in the river, in the water. So it's very interesting experience. Time, especially during snow time, the view will stunning. There's a lot of snow here, and oh, here's the map again. So we're kind of around here in the middle of the southern park, and that part is the lake. And this is the Beijing Olympic Tower. I can see it from my house. Olympic Light Tower in Beijing. And the burst the bird nest is over there, the Olympic Stadium, as well as the water cubic, or you can say the ice cubic, is over there. And this building is the office building for the China Financial Center. Let's go. Let's do a little bit climbing in the little hill over there. The sky is so beautiful. It's a nice springtime. You can see that in Beijing here and in many Chinese cities now, we are still some people are still wearing masks even after the COVID outbreak. Myself also sometimes inside the building, specifically for the event that pack of people, sometimes I also wear masks in order to keep certain distance. Listen to the birds sing. peach tree that has the white peach flowers. These pink flowers. I think I took the wrong path. Oh no. I'm gonna do a little climbing up and down. There's a little hill here. And I'm gonna take this path. This path is my favorite path. I think it's pretty special. It is through the forest. There are I think it's more than 25 million people in Beijing. That only count the official residents, including the people that working and traveling in and out Beijing. There could be more than 30 or even more than 40 million people living in here. But the park is still so quiet. So I should be quiet also. Not speak too many words and lower one. Look. Sometimes you can make up your own song, isn't it? Sing your own song. I enjoy the nature life. I make up the song myself. So there's definitely no copyright issue in YouTube as a YouTuber. They built the Beijing Olympic Nature Park across the. It's a very large park. It's across through the Fifth Ring Road. So that direction is the Fifth Ring Road, and that direction is the Fourth Ring Road. So the park is divided by the Fifth Ring Road to the southern part and the northern part. So north of the Fifth Ring Road is the northern part of the whole park, and here I stand is the southern part of the park. So the northern part is even larger, and a lot of old trees there and more wild. I found a rabbit one day here. It's a very small rabbit, rarely seen in Beijing. This is the light. I think it's powered by the solar power panel, and they will automatically turn up during the sunset. I just don't buy any facilities to stabilize my iPhone. When I'm doing this live, I just holding the iPhone by my bare hand. So sorry for the unstability. stream parallelly. It makes life more interesting. Previously I just listened to some podcasts and during my walking, but yesterday I left my earphone to my office, so today then I do not have my earphone and cannot listen to the podcast. So instead, suddenly it come to my mind that why don't I just doing the live stream? It's pretty interesting. It seems like I'm not alone. Sometimes I cannot walk in the nature that without any sound in my ear, and feels, although there are very beautiful birds singing and some beautiful sound of the wind, but sometimes I need to talk to somebody or listen to somebody talking. So I'm doing this. It's my first time I'm doing this during the walking. It's pretty interesting. I think I'm gonna do it more in the future. After COVID, it's not after COVID. It's in early COVID. I still go to office in 2020 and choose to, previously before the COVID, I take subway and connect to the bus and took the public transport system to the office. It would take me 1 hour from my house to the office. But during the outbreak of the COVID since 2020, when I have to go to office, I choose to do cycling, not on my own bike, but by choosing the shared dogless bike sharing system. It's pretty functional in big cities in China. So I choose to do bike sharing every day for my commute from office to home and home to office. So it's 2024, already four years. I think a little bit more than 4 years. And every day, whenever I go to office, I choose to cycle on shared bike. It will also take me 1 hour because I don't have to wait for the bus, and I don't have to endure the crowded subways. So I feel even happier. I got social distance. I got, better air quality compared to inside the packed cab in the metro. Oh, here you go. I think they cut off all the how to say it in English. I don't know it in Chinese. 芦苇, cut off all the plants that grow in the river, in the water, and in the summertime the plant grow very, very high and excuse me, and it make. But when summer comes, it will grow up again. So this is the Olympic Tower that near the Olympic Stadium, the bird nest. In the northern part of the north part of the park, there sometimes a lot of wild swan and wild geese that nesting there. But in southern part, northern part of the park is pretty wild. I mean, compared to the southern one here, the southern part is more like for very crowded for some visitors that visit the Olympic Stadium and water cubit. Sometimes they also take the next step to visit the southern part of the Olympic Park. The northern one park is pretty remoted. I mean, it is north away from the highway, so the landscape, I mean, compared to the southern part of the park is pretty different. It's pretty wild, unique, and not so many people there. Look, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Hola, you. Welcome. It is early spring in Beijing. The temperature is still quite low. A lot of wind. And cow is still here and there. But people, I mean, compared to 2020, is getting happier and back to work. Some people back to work, some people lost their works. But life continues. Nature always continues. Argentina. Hey, how is now in Argentina? What's the weather there? I think it's in autumn, right? Deep in the water. What's inside the water? The water is still cold here. Here is the Beijing Olympic Tower again, over there. During nighttime it's full of LED lights. That sometimes it's for tourists. I never go up there, but maybe one day I'll try. It could be a nice view if you go up there and have an overview of the Olympic area, of the park and of the stadium and the water cubic. I think they clean the pond over here, but in summer you would definitely, I can bring you again here, and you can see the different landscape of in the pond. It could be a lot of green and pink water lily. It's pretty beautiful. Now it's pretty like still autumn, but now it's early spring. It's beautiful sound from water duck. But I cannot find where they are. Must be somewhere. It's beautiful. Look at pond here. It is very nice design. It's designed as the pond that above the floor level, the elevated pond. There must something happened here in the pond. The sound like under the water. Let's see what under the water. Van Gogh, the great Dutch painter and one of my favorite. Retired, or even before retired, I can start learn painting or learn printing just right now. I'm gonna try it. Whoa, there's eagle over there. There's a peach flower that start blooming. Peach flower in Beijing is sometimes always the first blooming flower species.估计可能不行，比较危险。
我的意思把那个拦住，那个水不冲，可能就能看得见那个。
啊，还是
发包啊？这公园里面有没有人管理这个呢？
应该有，但是您得找找，就别自己过去，危险。嗯。
我看弄了半天，他也就刮到这里就不见了，然后拿那个棍子弄了半天也没起来。
哦，那可能是冲下去了。
没有，不可能冲下去，因为我看着它冲下来的。
哦。
然后我就看下面也没有，就在这就不见了。我那个水压着它在下面就起不来了。
有可能，还是找工作人员问问吧。
找到工作人员。
嗯。Right now, there's the lady told me that her hat was blown by wind. The hat was blown into the waters, but she cannot too close to the water because the flow of the water is still so quick and the water is freezing. So just grab some staff to help her. Look at the bridge. I think when they try to build and design the Olympic Park, the Beijing government I think they invited some expert that's familiar with the traditional Chinese culture, the ancient landscape artist that familiar with ancient design fashion. For example, back to Tang Dynasty and Song Dynasty, that is more than 1,000 years ago in China. The philosophy of the gardening design is pretty different from the modern one. So they try to design a park that combine the element of the ancient and modern China, and also, of course, the nature. So I think they did a pretty good job. I love the park pretty much. Oh, the wild geese. Geese and ducks everywhere here. Somebody start feeding them. Look. It's a kind of wildland here that engaged a lot of wild ducks and water ducks and geese, swans attracted here.